Hey everyone, welcome back to Regiverse. Today, we're diving into something mind-blowing, the butterfly effect in your everyday life. You know, that idea where a tiny flap of a butterfly's wings could spark a massive storm halfway around the world? But forget weather for a second. What if I told you your smallest choices, like checking your phone or skipping a coffee run, could totally reshape your entire future? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll see how these micro moments are secretly building your destiny. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. We explore how science and psychology hack your life for the better. Let's jump in. Imagine this. It's a regular Tuesday morning. Sarah glances at her phone, sees a flight delay notification, and thinks, ugh, might as well tidy my desk real quick. While shuffling papers, she finds a dusty business card from a conference months ago, a marketing director she barely remembers. On a whim, she shoots off a quick email. Hey, remember me? Let's catch up. Fast forward 3 weeks, that email lands her an interview for a dream job, kickstarting a whole new career path. Sounds like luck, right? But think about it. What if no delay? No desk cleanup? No rediscovered card? That chain of tiny events? That's the butterfly effect in action. Small stuff cascading into huge changes. So, what exactly is this butterfly effect? It comes from chaos theory way back in the 1960s. Meteorologist Edward Lorenz was tinkering with weather simulations on an early computer. He rounded a number just a tiny bit, from 0.506127 to 0.506, and bam, the entire forecast went wildly off track. His big takeaway? In complex systems like weather or, hey, your life, tiny tweaks at the start can lead to massively different endings. Lorenz put it poetically, a butterfly flapping in Brazil might set off a tornado in Texas. It's not literal, but it nails how sensitive everything is. We're talking nonlinearity, where effects aren't proportional to causes. Small input, huge output. And sensitivity to initial conditions. One little change ripples out uncontrollably. Plus, everything's interconnected. Your choices don't happen in a vacuum. Now, you might be thinking, cool science, but how does this apply to me? Great question. Let's bring it home. Chaos theory isn't just for physicists, it's psychology too. Studies show small behaviors compound over time. Like in books such as Atomic Habits by James Clear or Tiny Habits by B.J. Fogg, those micro-routines build into big personality shifts. And social networks? Research from Nicholas Christakis and James Fowler shows your actions spread like a virus through friends, influencing people you don't even know. But here's the kicker. We often miss this because of brain glitches. Hindsight bias makes us think outcomes were obvious after the fact. Attribution errors? We blame luck for wins and ourselves for losses, ignoring our role. Temporal discounting? We shrug off distant consequences. And we love simple stories. I got this job because I'm qualified, not because of that random coffee chat that led to the intro. All right, let's zoom in on part one. Those micro moments that pack macro impact. We live in a linear world mindset. Work hard, succeed. But life? It's chaotic. Picture deciding to take a new route home. You spot a help wanted sign, pop in, chat with the owner, and suddenly, new job, new friends, maybe even a life partner down the line. Or skipping your usual coffee shop for a new one, boom, bump into an old colleague, hear about a gig that fits you perfectly. These aren't coincidences, they're chaos at work. We make hundreds of tiny calls daily, check email or exercise, chat with strangers or stick to friends, speak up in a meeting or stay quiet, click send on that message. Each feels meh in the moment, but stack them up. They build your fitness, reputation, network, your whole life. Why do we undervalue them? Those biases I mentioned, they blind us to our power. If we see success as luck, we miss how our choices open doors. Moving to part two, the domino effect. Small actions create momentum. Take scrolling social media, just 5 more minutes, before a networking event. You're late, sit at a random table, meet someone key, and suddenly collaboration, skills, a bigger network. It's not magic, it's interconnectedness. Social proof spreads your influence. New exposures spark ideas. Small wins build confidence. The paradox? We feel passive, like life happens to us. But studies on emotional contagion show your mood ripples out, affecting networks. You're more powerful and responsible than you think. We can't predict every ripple, but we shape the start. Now, for some real juice, case studies in part 3. These are fictionalized, but based on true patterns, unseen forks in the road. First, Marcus the software engineer. Timeline A, tired, but he pushes to a meetup. Arrives late, feels awkward at the coffee station. Someone chats him up, mentions a startup needing talent. He joins, it blows up. Equity, recognition, even meets his spouse at a conference. Boom, transformed life. Timeline B, skips it, focuses on solo projects. Stays in his job, plateaus, freelances. Pleasant, but smaller scope. The fork? That whim to go despite fatigue. One path, exponential growth. The other, steady but limited. Second case, Dr. Chin drafts an email to a big shot professor for collaboration. Timeline A, hits send despite doubts. Response? Enthusiastic. Groundbreaking research, conferences, grants, team, even a romantic partner from the collab. Life elevated. Timeline B, deletes it, thinks she's not worthy. Solid solo work, but no visibility, no expansion. Fork? Overcoming self-doubt. One email, worlds apart. And it's not just careers, these ripples hit emotions too. A kind word builds trust, facing fear shifts self-view, validating a talent redirects identity. Small stuff reshapes how you see yourself and the world. Ever had a moment like that? Drop in the comments. What tiny choice changed your life? Shifting gears to empowerment in part 4, from spotting this to using it. Recognizing the butterfly effect could freak you out fatalism or anxiety. Nah, go for intentional action amid uncertainty. You can't control all ripples, but steer the start. Practical tips. First, micro-mindfulness. Pause before scrolling. Best use of now? Before chats, what vibe am I bringing? Before ignoring a gut feeling, worth exploring? Second, modified 5-second rule. For growth choices like events or outreach, count down from 5 and act before overthinking. Third, consequence mapping. Weekly, trace a win backward. What choices led here? Builds awareness. Fourth, habit design. Want to be generous? Do small acts daily. Leader? Speak up consistently. Patterns attract aligned opportunities. Fifth, daily reflection. One good choice, one regret, one observed ripple. Sixth, values check. Does this fit who I want to be? Quick but powerful. Reframe, small, and chaos. Most choices matter. Pause, align, act. Finally, part 5, shaping destiny one tiny choice at a time. Modern life feels out of control, algorithms, economy, tech. But your choices? They're your agency. Within constraints, they compound. Read one article weekly? Over years, massive knowledge. One stranger chat monthly? Network explodes. One fear face daily? Identity shifts. It's humbling big wins from unnoticed choices. Empowering futures not fixed. Shape it now. Spiritually, we're interconnected. Your smile ripples to a stranger's kid. A class leads to friendships changing lives. Awe-inspiring responsibility. In analysis, agency versus determinism? Nuanced, we're agents in chaos, influential but not all-powerful. For mental health, boosts hope but avoid perfectionism. Balance agency with constraints. Contexts vary, privilege affects ripples, but the framework holds. Wrapping up, we've covered theory, psych, examples, strategies, existential vibes. Key: small moments matter. Approach them consciously. The invitation: reconsider your day. Pause at choices. Align with values. Build habits. You're the architect. Final reflection: reading this or watching this is a micro moment. Maybe it sparks a choice tomorrow that ripples big. Over time, awareness compounds into change. Revisiting our question: how often do tiny decisions reroute futures? Always. The real question: will you make them intentionally? So, what's your tiny choice today? Attend that event? Send that email? Tell me in the comments. Let's build a community of intentional living. If this resonated, like, subscribe, hit the bell for more mind-expanding content. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Your destiny's waiting.